Well, it's interesting because the master at anything has failed more times than the beginners even tried. And I think that's a really important thing to understand.
Good.
You know, in order to become a master at anything, you have to have gone through failure many, many, many times to have learned the important lessons to become a master. You know, and that goes for any career, any job, any sport, any activity, anything you do. You know, so, you know, a lot of guys who get into the sport now, I've been doing this for 30 years. You know, and they'll talk about how we're like old school and all this. It's like, dude, you don't even know what you don't know. You know, what we've seen, what we've experienced, what we've been through. It's actually quite hilarious. You haven't even started yet, you know, and they think they're ninja master gods. And you're like, yeah, just you wait, you know, and especially when it comes to the concept of death and destruction and how dangerous this stuff is. They have no concept yet, but they will. They will.
I think it's an interesting thing when you guys start talking about base jumping. You talk about failure in base jumping.
Yeah.
Ooh, you know, you don't get too many failures in base jumping.
You know what's funny about failure in base jumping, right? So the successful base jumper is alive, the failed base jumper is dead, right? And that's kind of the concept. And you go into this idea that, you know, because there's this saying, you know, like I say you can't fail until you give up, right? And they're like, well, what if you die? And you're like, well, okay. So if I'm in the middle of something that's so important to me, that I'm willing to sacrifice my life for it, right? And I'm going for this goal that could potentially kill me, and I'm giving everything I have to it, and then I die in the process of trying to make that real. To me, that's not a failure. That's a life well lived. And that's how a man should die. He should die in the pursuit of something that's so special and so spectacular that, you know, your death will be remembered and like basically resonate through friggin' history.
I was getting goosebumps. I'm like,
but